In this video, I'm talking about something that so many of us do, usually without even realizing it, that completely sabotages any hope for a real, long-lasting relationship, and it happens very early, usually when we first start dating a new guy. See if this sounds familiar. So you meet a great guy, you're attracted to him, and he seems like he's into you as well. You're having a lot of fun, he makes you laugh, and you really start to like him. You want this to work. So then the conversation gets around to what you both like to do. Let's say you find out that he's really into skiing. You start thinking about a romantic getaway in the mountains, sitting around a fire, drinking hot cocoa while it's snowing outside. And so as your mind is enjoying this dream of your future together, you realize that he's asking you if you ski too. Before you know it, your brain rationalizes it by thinking back to that 9th grade school trip you went on to the local ski hill. Remember? The one where you fell a bunch of times, then you went to the lodge, soaking wet, to warm up and hang out with your friends the rest of the time. Your brain then thinks, oh, it will be easy to pick up, and I'll be motivated because I want to be with him. So before you know it, the words are coming out of your mouth. Oh yeah, I love skiing. You can see how excited he is that he found someone to ski with. No, no, no. Let me just say this from firsthand experience. Do not do this. I learned this one the hard way, and I ended up on the roof of a shed in Whistler, BC, of all places, where I had hoped to showcase the beautiful mountains that I grew up around. Yeah, no pressure, right? We all know how that goes. It was supposed to be skiing on the trails and not scary, but in my enthusiasm for my new beau, I neglected to mention that I had never really skied before, and in fact, I found the whole thing just a little scary. But I, the ever idealistic pleaser, was sure that it would just work itself out. Right. Before I knew what was happening, I was sliding way too fast down a slope that was way too steep for me. I headed off to the side to try to slow down. But then there was this shed kind of thing. It was built into the side of the slope with the roof, even with the trail I was sliding out of control on. Well, I fell over just in time to avoid going off the roof and falling about 8 or 10 feet. So there I was on top of a roof. He had to take his skis off and climb up to where I was to help me get down. But of course I looked great in my expensive, sexy snow buddy suit. So I figured that would make it all work out. I'd look so good, it wouldn't matter that I didn't really ski, at least not well. But here's the thing. With a real guy who's authentic, you know, the kind of guy you actually want to be with, he really was looking forward to skiing. It was me, not him, that was all about me looking pretty. I didn't get that then, though, and it wasn't the only time I'd done that. No, I'd wakeboarded the same way, with lots of enthusiasm, no experience, and no real desire to do it. But I could look the part in my new sexy bathing suit. Do you see a theme here? Good, because I didn't. Not for a long time. Well, the couple we went wakeboarding with had a real relationship going. They both were real people who did real things together, and while she might not have looked the part as much as I did, she was the one who had a long-term relationship, a real long-term relationship with a guy. All I had was a date with a guy who I thought I liked, who thought I liked wakeboarding when I really didn't. Yet another one of those guys that never turned into anything more than just a date or two. But I still didn't get it. It would be a long, long time before I'd finally understand the case for being real and honest, and that the guy I should have been looking for wasn't the kind who would trade the real thing for just a pretty package hanging on his arm. I had yet to learn what a real relationship looked like. But I'd seen enough to know that this wasn't it. And I've talked to enough guys now, since all this, to know that they really don't want to spend their time with us teaching us how to wakeboard or ski. Really, they don't. Unless, of course, if we're truly authentically into learning. They don't want us to pretend to like it, though, just for their sake. They'd much rather we just be honest with them. They'd rather we let them know we'd love to go along with them, but we've never learned, or we don't really enjoy the cold, or aren't really that into it. But we'd love to meet them afterward at the lodge, after they're done skiing, or whatever activity they want to do. You know, when I heard that suggestion from not just one, but several of the men I now talk to about this type of thing, I was so surprised. I was shocked that they'd be fine with that they'd actually prefer it, especially the honesty part. And here I thought it would be like a strike against me because I wouldn't know how to do something that they obviously enjoy doing, that they'd run off and find some other woman that could do the activity with them. So I'm passing this piece of advice on to you direct from the guys themselves. Save yourself a lot of needless worry and just tell him you'll meet him after for a cup of hot cocoa or a drink. He'll ski, you can shop or relax or read a book or whatever you like to do, and you'll be together after that. Or go along on the boat to watch him and his friends wakeboard, but without any pretense that you're planning on being an active participant. Again, unless you actually want to try something new and he's into showing you the ropes. There. Now, wasn't that so much better than what you'd had planned? So much less stressful? And doesn't it feel good to have that kind of honesty between you so there's no surprises, like you ending up on a roof while he's thinking you'll be skiing together on the slopes? Trust me, those surprises aren't the kind you want in a real, authentic kind of connection. Like I said, most of what I learned, I got after the fact. It doesn't have to be that way for you. So how about you? Have you ever found yourself pretending to be something you're not in the hopes that he'd like you more? Share your story with us in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any more great videos. I'll see you soon.